Okay, I think we are back up and running. Sorry for that interruption. My computer froze and I was the host of the meeting. And we want to make sure you can see the actual screen and information that we need to share. So, I've done the magic trick of restarting your computer and hoping that we're going to make it through the second half of this new student orientation. I wonder if this means I get a new computer because this one's not going to, maybe. So I think Ms. Correll has one of the things she wants to tell you about, Ms. Correll.
Wonderful, thank you. Mr. Coy, if you could just share the image of the pickup and drop off times, thank you. Okay, wonderful. So this is the schedule that we have for next week. It's Monday through Friday. It's drop off if you have any materials you can drop off from last year, but I think for everyone that's watching right now, it's mostly for pickup. So on Monday, it's going to be our Red House, and that's going to be families whose last names begin with A through E. Tuesday will be Purple House. That's last names beginning T through Z. Wednesday, Greenhouse, last names P through S. Thursday, Blue House, last names F through K. And Friday, Yellow House, last names that begin with L through O. Now, for locations for the pickup and the drop-off, transitional kindergarten and kindergarten are going to be across the street on Northrop from school. So if you've never been there, it's at the Sierra Church. It's going to be in the Pilgrim Hall in the classrooms. And that's only going to be for TK and kindergarten. So you get to go meet your teachers, go pick up your technology, and get any materials they might have for you. Now, what do we have? We have first through third grades in the MPR room, which is the multi-purpose room. So you'll be entering from the Morse Avenue entrance and going straight into the MPR room. You cannot, if you have students from in first through third and fourth through eighth, you cannot walk through campus because of our construction. So first through third, enter from Morse, please. And fourth through eighth grade families will be entering from the Northrop side. It's a very small little gate, but we do have signs saying GIS office entrance here. So please come in that way. You'll be going to your teacher's portables to pick up your technology and any materials you might need. Okay, so again, for new families, you might not know your house colors, but I do believe this was sent in Ms. Takoy's email last week. So Monday, last names A through E. Tuesday, last names T through Z. Wednesday, last names P through S. Thursday, last names F through K. And Friday, last names L through O. If you have any questions, feel free to give the office a call. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks, Ms. McCoy.
Thank you, Ms. Croyle. So again, we ask that you respect those days and times for pickup to come only on your house day, because again, we are limiting and trying to manage the number of people on campus so that we can safely distance. But we absolutely realize it is necessary for your students to have textbooks and laptops the first week of school, right? But we have to do that on a schedule where only a small amount of people are on campus at that time. So please respect those times to come in. We organized it by family so that multiple grade levels in your family can come at the same time. But thank you very much. And for understanding that when you get here, you might have to wait in a line, right? You might have to wait outside in a line 6 feet apart. We might have to spread you out in the MP room 6 feet apart. You might have to wait outside the classroom door until it's your turn with your child to go in and meet the teacher. So please be respectful of those requirements while you are on campus, and wear a mask when you come on campus next week on your day to pick up your items, right? We've done our best to make it kind of exciting, right? Students need to feel excited about the first week of school, the first day. So definitely TK through second grade have some wonderful packets that they'll be giving and items and, you know, a school box of things for you to take home and be excited about for your student. But thank you for respecting our need to social distance and keep you safe while on campus next week while we pass out school materials. So now we're going to go to Mr. Daniel Obella, our parent liaison, and he is going to share with you about communication at school.
Hello, hello. Well, it is my privilege, thank you, Mr. Coy, to share how we're going to be getting information out to you, our parents, the best possible way. And we have multiple different ways of getting information. So the first thing, as you see in this presentation, this will help you out so much with upcoming events and updates from our school. If you download the school app, there are a lot of resources in the app. We're going to go over some of the main resources so that it will make your life a lot easier to access any upcoming dates, events, or documents you need. So first, you would need to download the app. The app is called, you would have to write out Gateway International School in the search bar of your App Store or Google Store or whatever you use to download apps. And after you search it, our school logo will pop up, and just download the app. And after you downloaded it, once you open it, this is what it should look like. The first one is, again, our logo. It's starting up, powered by Zing, and then it's going to prompt you with a few different notifications. Now, it's very important that you don't just click don't allow or later. So if it's saying the notification prompt, you would allow it. If you did not allow it, maybe you accidentally disabled it, you can always go back into your phone's app settings and enable the notification. This will make sure that when we send out app notifications, you'll get a pop-up on your phone. So for example, we're having this orientation, we sent out a notification and you would get a pop-up and with a link there or a description or a picture. So this is very helpful for us to get you information about anything that we're doing at the school. And also there is another prompt that will be about new content. That's just a little update. You would click yes, it just downloads the update, and then you will be able to access the app. In the next slide, after you clicked that allow the notification and yes to the new content, this is what the first home app screen will look like. There are 6 different options you can click, and also the 3 bars at the top left. But what I want to focus on is the 3 dots in the middle that is titled reminders. It's circled green. After you click reminders, you'll go to the next screen. And on this screen, there are 2 different options. And the first one is inbox, circled green. And from the inbox, this is where you can access all the different announcements that we've sent out through the app. So if maybe you missed something or you didn't read any of the announcements, or maybe it popped up but you were busy and you weren't able to check and you wonder how you can look at it again, well, you can go through the app, the reminders, open up the inbox, and there you have all the announcements that were sent out in the previous week, in the previous month. Now, not all the announcements are saved there. Whenever you downloaded the app, that's when you would start seeing the announcements that were within that day or week. And so if you did miss any, you can always go back, or if you want to get reminded of any announcements, you can always go back. We always post about, again, we were posting about school beginning. You see a few announcements there. Also some upcoming dates. So you can even go back there and you can see upcoming dates for this week and for next week about our pickup and drop off, as Ms. Coyle was talking about and we were mentioning. And then in our next slide, we have our notification settings. So it's the same reminder window, but now instead of clicking inbox, we're clicking notification settings, and that's circled in the green. The notification settings is very important as well. So if you have a child that is maybe in first, or maybe you have somebody just in 4th or 5th grade, or maybe you have multiple children in multiple grades, you are able to enable which notifications you would like to receive. We send out specific notifications at times just to our PYP, and that's TK, through 5th grade. And we also only send announcements sometimes just to middle school MYP, that's 6th to 8th grade. So if you have it enabled, then you would receive only your specific app or your specific announcements. Now, if you have all of them enabled, you might get a middle school announcement and you're like, I don't have a child in middle school. This is the reason. So you just go into the notification settings and you just enable which grade level you want to receive a notification from and which ones you do not. And then after you click that, you apply your settings at the bottom where the green arrow is. After you apply it, it should enable it. Another great feature of our app is our calendar access. We have calendar access multiple different ways. You can access it through our website, you can access it through the app, and you can even get printed versions when we would allow people to come to the office. But this is the easiest way to access our calendar. In the calendar circle with the green circle, and this is the next window is it opens up and you can toggle through different months. So right now we've updated our calendar for the whole school year. So if you want to see what's going on and what's upcoming for the next few months, you can feel free to go in. And as you already see, we have our new student orientation, returning student orientation. There's the link there to our YouTube channel, the time, and then we have all the different events. So if you want to stay updated or you want to update your calendar, you can go and access our school calendar through our app. And this makes it very easy and accessible to check and be updated by upcoming dates. Also, another good feature is reporting an absence. Now, I know Ms. Takoi, she shared a few things about absences and what we do if there's more than 3 days absence. Usually, if your child is sick or something happened, there's an emergency, you would call the office and submit a report an absence. Now we have a report an absence option on the app. Again, it's circled, the green circle on the bottom left. After you open it, this is the window that will be prompted, and you would just have to fill out this information. And our clerks, they have access to this information, so you wouldn't have to call in. So if you filled something out online, then you would just simply have to, you wouldn't have to call in, you wouldn't have to do anything. We would get the information and we would put it into our system. So that's just for convenience. Another convenient tool we have in our app is access to Aries. So you might have the Aries portal, parent portal access app already downloaded onto your phone. If not, this is another simple way to access Aries without downloading another app. It's all centralized within our app. If you already have an account, you can open it and log in. If you don't have an account, you can create an account, and I have a tutorial video that I'll post later onto our website in regards to creating a Aries account, and we have more information of that that we'll post on our website. But through Aries, you can check grades and stay updated with your assignments that have already been graded. And so that's just, again, for convenience and all centralized through our app. Our next form of communication, we use our website. So if you're not getting a personal app notification, you're not getting a personal email or even personal text messages, then you can also receive information through our school website. Our website is gischarter.org. Nice and short and simple. You don't have to write out the whole Gateway International School. And after you open up our website, we have our calendars on the left side, and we have important announcements information in the middle. I just want to again reemphasize that as you can see in the middle, there's a GIS monthly calendar. That is something you can open up and again track dates if you don't have access to the app or anything. And also there is an Aries portal, parent and for student portal, to again look up graded assignments, missing assignments, maybe you want to make up assignments. And also under the Aries portal, there is a step-by-step tutorial to how to create an Aries account for parents to look at grades. So that's just, again, another resource for parents to have access to Aries or the monthly calendar or even tutorial. Another way you can communicate is through your teacher's email. So if you want to have access and maybe you got a new teacher this year that you don't know who that person is, you can always go to our website and click the staff tab. And under the staff tab, you can click teachers and it'll open up the different grade levels, and you just pick the grade and the name of the teacher. And there's an option to visit their webpage or their email. So you can also contact your teacher through the website in that manner as well. We also update our social medias. So if you are familiar with Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, here are our accounts. So we always update each and every social media we're sending out. Even as you see right here, we were announcing this virtual orientation today, live on our YouTube, and there's the name of our YouTube. We have an Instagram. We post pictures, we post announcements, we post all sorts of things for just another way of getting more information out there to as many people as possible, just in case that they don't have the app or maybe they didn't visit the website and they have the social media. So follow us on Instagram at GIS_charter, follow us at Twitter at GIS_charter, and also follow our Facebook page that is titled Gateway International School to, again, stay updated, like our page, follow it, see pictures. You can see old stuff, go through the memories, stuff like that. So stay updated with us. If you still have questions and concerns, you can always feel free to call our office at 916-286-1985. Our office has been temporarily relocated due to remodeling and construction. So as you see on the mini map down here, this is Morse in Northrop, and our school is right there in the middle. The front of the school will be on your left-hand side, but we are right now located in the back of the school, which is on the right-hand side, indicated by the bright yellow star, and it says office here. Now the entrance is very hidden, and there's a red dot and it says entrance here. It'll be on the side of the Northrop, literally right in the middle of the gate. It's the entrance that normally there would be a pickup and drop off there, but there's a little gate there, and we have signs that that say GIS office here, and signs that will lead you to the back portable where we are located right now. So if you have any questions or concerns and you want to visit the office, you need to get some paperwork, drop off some paperwork, call in ahead of time, find out if what the office space is looking, so it's not too crowded, and what's a good time to come in, and we can have somebody even meet you right here at the entrance, just in case if you get confused or you're not comfortable coming in, you want to maintain that social distance. We can always meet you outside for any documents you want to turn in or any questions you might have. So we're available still in person from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Again, the best possible way would just be to call, schedule something. But if you don't have time to call, you can always just visit us. Again, we do ask and require that you wear a mask when you come into the office, maintaining the social distance, making sure that we are upholding those county guidelines. We are located in the back. The room is HO2, formerly known as room, I think, 22, but we have been revamping the room name. So if you don't see room 22, just know that it's the office is in HO2, and there's also a big pink sign. So if any other questions you might have, you can always visit us. And I think that'll be all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel. So just to follow up on a few things that the staff has shared with you today. Number one, about Aries. If you are one of our lucky parents who are watching today and you already happen to have your Aries account, inside scoop, you can already find out your teacher if you log into your parent Aries portal account today. So you would not have to wait till tomorrow. So that's an incentive maybe to go ahead and set up your Aries parent portal today. If you are new to GIS, you should have automatically received an email from us with a link saying, set up your Aries parent portal account. Check your spam if you didn't get it, see if it's there. But you can also contact us and we can give you the link to set up your Aries parent portal. But if you're watching, the inside scoop is you already have access to know who your teacher is. So try to set up your Aries parent account as soon as possible, because that really is the best way to monitor your students' assignments during online learning. Yes, parents will have access to their Google Classroom and to their Seesaw, but their actual grades will be entered into Aries. And that is for sure, you know, something that parents care about, their grades. So you want to have your parent account, you want to get your settings to where you receive a weekly email of your students' grades. Only you can set that up in your Aries Parent Portal account. We cannot set that up for you. So I encourage you to do that as soon as possible. Next, I want to revisit something that Ms. Croyle talked about, and that is GoGuardian. So GoGuardian is a filter that we use for our student Chromebooks that filters their online activity, whether they be at school or at home. What I want you to know is that if you are using a personal computer, your own personal one at home, your private computer, we do not have access to monitor your child's internet on your own personal computer. So that's why we suggest that you get a school Chromebook to use for your child at home. And that way you know that your child's teacher is monitoring their activity. We as admin log in every single day and check students' activity online and follow up with parents and teachers about what we see. And then set up your own GoGuardian parent account, and then you'll be able to see what your children are doing online as well. We very much care about our students' online safety. And then our last item for orientation is what required forms and information do you need to submit to us before school starts, or at least by the first Friday of the school year. So that is going to be Ms. Dillon, and she's going to share with you that. Ms. Dillon?
Thank you, Mr. Coy, for that. Hello, everyone. I will be sharing some forms with you that you'll be required to fill out, like Mr. Coy said, and they will be due by Friday, and I'll tell you where and how to share them. So we're going to start off with just the front cover page, which has our the email address for Miss Svetlana Belosova, and she will be the one collecting those forms. These are all PDF editable, so you will be able to fill them out and send them to, you can save it on your computer and then just email it to Miss Svetlana. And her email address is here, svetlana.velosova@gccharters.org. So it's very simple. So you should be able to do that quickly. The first form is about immunization, and it goes over all the dosages that you should have had by a certain age, grade level. And I know there are students that our off-brand office is talking to them on one-on-one basis, that if you have certain number of doses and then you're still behind, what needs to be done in order to get caught up and how to work with that. So our front office gals are very good with that, and they can direct you to what needs to be done in order to get caught up. This goes over all the details of how many dosages are required and after how long you should be getting each one. So those are the first 2 pages. And all of this packet will be posted on our website. So you will be able to go to our website under our news section and be able to pull this off and see it and be able to download it, edit it. So you don't have to print out anything. You can fill all the information in there, save it to your computer and send it back to Ms. Svetlana. So it will be posted on there sometime today. After that, on page 4 starts with the income verification form, and you will be required to fill out 1 form for each child. So if you have only 1 student at our school, you will only need to do 1 form, but if you have 3 or 4 students, you will be required to fill 1 for each of your children. So we try to kind of put that information in there. So it's just a 1-page document. Please go ahead and fill it out, 1 for each child, their first and last name, grade, and everything. And go ahead and submit 1 per child. And after that form, so this kind of just explains CUME request. So if you're transferring to us from another school, You will be required to fill this form out because we need to request your cumulative folder records from your previous school, and we have to have permission from the parents in order to request that. So please, if you're transferring to us from another school, fill one out for each of your child. After that form, home language survey form, and home language survey form is complete only if your first language is other than English, and only complete one form. So we have an English version, a Russian version, and a Spanish version. So they're all three are posted in there, but you only need to complete one, whichever form you decide to complete. It's only if your home language is other than English. So you will be filling that out for the home language surveys. And after that, world language elective form. I would like to announce that starting this coming school year, we will be offering Spanish from TK through 8th grade like we always have, but we are adding Spanish in 1st grade along with Spanish for 2nd through 8th grade. So we'll be adding it to 1st grade as well. So if your student is new to our school, you will be required to fill this form out and choose one of your electives if you want your child to be in Spanish or in Russian class. So they have a choice, but that's only a choice for 1st grade and up. So if your student is new in kindergarten, you do not need to fill that form out for us. And if they're continuing with us, you do not have to fill that form out. And after the world language selection, please make sure you sign it, print your student's name, pick the language. Textbook agreement. There is a textbook agreement. This is basically just saying that when textbooks are sent home, you will be taking care of those textbooks and you are responsible, and please make sure they are returned back in good shape and on time when we are requesting those back. Computer use guidelines for GCC. So this is a form that's from our district office as to how you are supposed to be using our computer. So you need to follow these rules and requirements and regulations and be registered, be logged in under using your student ID because we want to help keep our kids safe online, like Mr. Coy and Ms. Coyle had mentioned earlier. So once they're utilizing our computers and logging in, we want them to stay under their login under their ID so we can monitor their progress on GoGuardian. So that's the computer use agreement. And then our school Chromebook agreement, we have the rules and the guidelines and procedures. So if you will be checking, if you're checking out a computer, it talks about when you're supposed to be returning the computer back, all the details about how the computer, how do you check it out and what you need to do in order to take care of it. And if the computer gets damaged by any chance, what are the costs to replace it? Or if certain parts are damaged, what's the cost to replace that? And you'll be required to pay for it if the computer is returned damaged. And then it kind of goes over respecting yourself and protecting yourself and how you will be utilizing the computer. We're expecting you to have, we're expecting you to take care of our computer and follow rules, that you won't be sharing your password with friends and stuff like that because you don't want other people to use your login information. So that's kind of taking care of the computer property. And then when you're checking out a computer, we will be filling out this form with you at that time. And then you'll be signing a form that we will keep on record to help monitor and make sure we have our computers checked out to whom they should be checked out to. And then our next form is our three-way pledge. This is where, you know, you kind of are pledging to be responsible for the things, being and respectful to your classmates, school and stuff like that. There's one for student pledge. The same pledge applies to guardians, parents and guardians. And then at the bottom, the same pledge applies to our teachers and staff. So students have certain requirements, parents and guardians have certain things that we're expecting, and teachers do as well. So you'll be signing that. An emergency card. And underneath is an emergency card. And again, this is also one of those things where you will be required to fill one for each one of your students So again, if you have 2 kids, then you'll be required to fill it twice. If you have 4 kids at our campus, you'll be required to fill this 4 times. And this is renewed every year. So you will be required to fill one every school year. And then the next thing is so you will be, Mr. Babella had mentioned earlier that you will be visiting our website, gischarter.org, and under there, under our news section, we will have our GCC annual notification and GIS parent student handbook posted as well. And once you review those handbooks, we would like you to go in, look at them, review them, look at the requirements, expectations from our central office and from GIS. After that, you have a couple of forms that you need to fill out, sign underneath there. So I'm just waiting for Ms. Coy to go down. So this is one of the forms that you have reviewed our GCC annual notification, school handbook, and acceptance of our technology acceptable use agreement. So you'll be signing that. Student needs to, you have to write the student's name, parent, and guardian signature. You'll be signing that. And then the last form is you have an option to opt out your student from any photographs, so pictures taken or videos or interviews. And if you choose to do that, then you need to fill out this form that you are requesting your child to opt out of media. And that is the last of our forms. And I believe someone had posted a question asking, why do they need to fill out income verification form? That purpose of that form is just to help us kind of see what percentage of our population is on free and reduced lunches. Remember, at GIS, we are privileged that we're part of Twin Rivers lunch program, and all of our students are provided free lunch. So, but we still require income verification for the purpose of having our percentages for students that qualify for the free and reduced lunch, and that helps us with our Title I funding as well. And I'm sure if Ms. Coy has more to add to that, she will add to that. Thank you, everyone, and I'm going to pass it back to Mr. Coy.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Dillon. I do see some of those questions in the chat, so I just want to take a minute to answer some of them. But as a follow-up to the income verification form, we do ask that you fill out this form, but if you want to decline to tell us what your income is, that's your prerogative, right? When I filled out this form for my student, I know the school really wants to receive a form back from every student enrolled. But then I would just write on it, do not qualify. I can look on the back of this form and I'm used to, you could see, oh, I know I don't qualify, but I would still fill out the form, but I would write on it, do not qualify, because maybe I don't need everyone at this school knowing my income, right? But that's totally up to you. So you can do that, but these forms are very important for our funding. Okay, so we receive supplemental funding for our school based upon the return of these forms. So even if you don't want to tell us what your income is, please do still return this form, but just know that whatever form you email into us, it's kept confidential and it's not shared with anyone else. So we would prefer that you if you think you qualify, write it in there, but we keep all of that information confidential and it is still required. So when we're audited every year, they would look for this form every year from students. Now this income verification form, one for every student, this school year is actually only for students new to GIS. So remember, we are on a new student orientation right now, right? So these are forms that are required this year for students who are new to GIS. So if you have a new student coming into kindergarten, it's your first time ever being at our school, you need to do this form. If your student was here last year, they do not need to do that form this year. And then we had another few questions in the chat. I know it's been a while for this orientation, but we don't mind taking a few more minutes to answer some questions, and we appreciate you joining us and want to honor your time and answer your questions as best as possible. So someone asked about social emotional learning and what these classes will entail. Well, first of all, these classes are going to be dedicated time set aside for teachers to teach our IB attributes, such as being principled, balanced, caring, but maybe for balanced, if they're going to focus on balance during their social emotional class time, they're going to talk about how to create their own personal schedule, how to keep track of their assignments, how to be organized. So they're going to do skills like this. Not only that, we have a special curriculum called Second Step Curriculum, and it's different lessons for every grade level. You can actually Google Second Step Curriculum and probably find the lesson content for each grade level, but there are lessons about how to communicate, how to stay calm, how to express your wishes to your peers. Any other things you guys want to jump in regarding Second Step? Ms. Call, is there something else? How to solve conflict, how to be responsible, how to be respectful. Ms. Call, do you want to jump in on that?
Yeah, I was just gonna add say also, managing conflict with friends. Also, it has things like active listening, being able to tune out background noises, which would probably be really helpful at home. Things like that.
Thank you, Ms. Call. But again, it will be a time for them to have a classroom meeting. The teacher will also be able to address any misconceptions that students may have had during the week regarding assignments or grading. Another question was, do I bring my child when I come to pick up my books and computers? Yes, please. This is the chance for your child to meet their teacher, right? We at least want to have that one-on-one distant connection while we pass you the books and say hello, I'm your teacher, nice to meet you. Maybe you saw me on campus last year, but now I'm so excited to be your teacher. But it's not required that you bring your child. If you feel better about not bringing them, it's not required, but it is allowable. So that would be your choice about bringing your children to school when you pick up your Chromebooks or laptops. Again, because this is a new student orientation, we realize some of you might need a computer on day one, August 10th. Maybe you don't have a laptop at home and you're watching this from your phone, and we're expecting your child to be online Monday morning at 8:30, the first day of school. So if you're not able to use your own personal computer the first week of school or until it's your day scheduled to come pick up your laptop, then please contact the office and we'll arrange for you to pick up a Chromebook before the first day of school. Okay. And someone asked about how long this will stream. When we're done, this will be available on our YouTube stream for you to watch. It will stay there. Even though we messed up and had to restart, we're still going to leave it on there. No one's perfect, right? So we're learning as we go along, but we're going to leave it up for you so that you can watch it. So I'm just checking a few other questions. Mr. Daniel is texting me some other questions. So thank you, Daniel, for helping me. Yes. So we do have a link for the PDF forms that's already on our website. All right, Mr. Dan, you already posted these forms to the website. A link to these electronic forms has already been posted to our website. Okay. We just need one income verification form per student, not two, just one per student. Okay. And a parent has a question about English learners. So we have set aside time in our schedules to support English learners. We have a lot of bilingual staff at GIS. we're really fortunate that we have bilingual staff who can support students. We also have ELD components to our curriculum. So we will be working on assigning students to staff members to support them for specialized English language instruction. So hopefully, you know, we'll be able to give someone to your child to support them who is also bilingual and can communicate with them and support them. Okay, any other questions, Mr. Daniel, that I might need to, oh wait, there's a third text, hold on. Okay. I think I've answered as many questions as I've seen, but thank you very much for taking time to join us for our very first ever GIS virtual student orientation. Again, we thank you for your patience in dealing with our technical glitches, and just know we're going to get better with time, right? And we look forward to making sure that students have a great experience when we start school on Monday. So have a great day. We're here for you if you need us. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.